Okay, let's unpack this. You ever find yourself wondering, why your mood feels a little off sometimes? Or maybe why a truly restful night's sleep just seems, well, out of reach?
hmm
What if I told you that a single, often overlooked ingredient is like a critical player in these vital rhythms,
hmm
sort of quietly pulling strings behind the scenes of your well-being?
Yeah.
Today, we're diving deep into that fascinating compound, tryptophan.
And what's truly insightful here, I think, is that tryptophan is far more than just, another amino acid. It's really a foundational building block that your body absolutely depends on.
Right.
It has these direct, profound links to some of your most crucial bodily functions, kind of orchestrating everything from your mood to your sleep, even how you handle stress.
That's right. And our mission today really is to explore exactly what tryptophan is, why it's so essential for you specifically,
hmm
how it impacts your body, diving into its, well, surprising connections to your mood and sleep, where you can actually find it, in your daily diet.
Yeah, the practical stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And also what vital safety considerations you need to keep in mind if you're thinking about supplementation. We're going to try and make this seemingly complex biochemistry accessible, actionable, give you those aha moments you could apply to your own health.
That's good.
So let's kick things off with the absolute basics, but maybe with a twist. What exactly is tryptophan?
Well, it's classified as an essential amino acid.
And that word essential, that's key, isn't it?
It really is. It's not just a descriptor. It's like a non-negotiable truth.
Yeah.
It means tryptophan is one of those fundamental components of proteins that your body literally cannot make on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unlike some other nutrients we can synthesize internally, we must get tryptophan from outside sources, basically the food we eat. It's absolutely critical for survival and, overall health.
So this raises a really important question then. Why are these essential amino acids so indispensable? Why all the fuss?
That's a great question. If we kind of step back and look at the bigger picture, our bodies are tirelessly performing countless vital, silent tasks every single second, really.
Like what?
Well, for instance, you're producing millions of new red blood cells daily just to carry oxygen around your entire system.
Wow.
Your white blood cells, right, your immune defense, they completely renew themselves about every 10 days.
Okay.
And even your skin, your largest organ, undergoes a full renewal roughly every 4 weeks.
Oh.
All of these continuous critical processes, and countless others, absolutely depend on a steady supply of amino acids, including tryptophan, for building, rebuilding, functioning, just keeping you healthy. It's like this constant construction and repair job happening inside.
Like your body's this meticulously managed construction site that literally never closes.
That's a good analogy, yeah.
And it's not just about baseline maintenance, is it?
Yeah.
The demand for these amino acids, tryptophan included, it actually goes up sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Significantly. During specific life stages, like rapid growth in childhood and adolescence, or during illness when your body is fighting something off.
Right. Recovery.
Exactly. Even severe burns where there's significant protein loss through body fluids that drastically increases the need. And maybe most relatable for a lot of us, periods of increased stress.
Stress.
Our bodies are constantly calling on these tiny powerhouses, often at a higher demand than we might even realize.
Okay, so it's fundamental. But here's where tryptophan really distinguishes itself, right? Beyond just being a general protein building block, it has this special job.
It really does. This is where it gets super interesting. It's absolutely crucial for manufacturing specific
Neurotransmitters. Okay, the brain chemicals.
Think of them as the chemical language our neurons use to communicate, sending all these intricate messages and signals throughout our entire nervous system. It's basically how your brain talks to itself and, well, the rest of your body.
Got it. So which ones does tryptophan help make?
Specifically, tryptophan is a direct precursor, sort of the chemical starting material for two incredibly important substances in our nervous system.
Okay.
First is serotonin, probably the most well-known one, right? Plays a fundamental role in regulating our mood, our overall state of mind, even feelings of well-being.
The feel-good chemical, people sometimes call it.
Sort of, yeah, though it's more complex than that. And the second is melatonin.
Ah, the sleep hormone.
Exactly. A hormone that directly regulates our sleep-wake cycles, essentially tells our body when it's time to wind down and rest and when to be alert. So, without enough tryptophan, well, the factory that makes these vital compounds just slows down.
So it's not just any building block. It's a specialized component for your brain's whole communication setup.
Precisely.
And it wasn't until, the 1970s that scientists really nailed this down.
Yeah, specifically 1971, scientists at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, they made this truly groundbreaking discovery, really solidified this understanding.
What did they find?
They found a direct, quantifiable relationship between the amount of tryptophan in a diet and the levels of serotonin in the brain.
Wow, a direct link.
Yeah, it was a huge aha moment. They actually observed that by simply varying the tryptophan levels in the diet, they could correct serotonin deficits.
Wow.
It proved its vital, direct role in brain chemistry, opened up entirely new ways of thinking about diet and mood.
So how does that actually work? Like the pathway from food to brain chemical?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the metabolic pathway itself is pretty fascinating. When you absorb tryptophan from your food, right, it first gets metabolized in the intestine
In the gut.
into an important intermediate compound called 5-hydroxytryptamine. We often just call it 5-HTP.
5-HTP, right? I've heard of that.
From there, specific neurons, these specialized brain cells that make serotonin, they take that 5-HTP and turn it into serotonin. And this happens both in the brain and, surprisingly, also in the intestine.
Really? In the gut, too?
Yeah, the gut is actually a very significant site of serotonin synthesis. It's not just all in the head.
Interesting.
And then serotonin, in turn, is the precursor to melatonin. So it completes that crucial chain, linking this essential amino acid directly to our mood, our sleep, and our overall neurological balance.
Okay, so we've walked through the science, the direct pathway. What are the key takeaways, then, for you, the listener? How does this translate into, practical applications for your health?
Well, the primary benefits, the main indications for tryptophan support, they're pretty clear and actually quite wide-ranging.
Like mood.
Definitely mood regulation. It's been shown to be useful for states of altered mood, like anxiety. Now, we should clarify, we're talking more about controlled anxiety, not sudden severe panic attacks. Those often need different immediate interventions.
Right.
But it can serve as maybe a pre-pharmacological option, something you might explore before prescription meds, or perhaps as a complementary alternative if those haven't worked as well as hoped. We also see some promise in managing aggressive states or even supporting individuals with manic depressive states.
That's a remarkably broad impact on emotional well-being. Are there other, maybe less obvious areas where it shows benefit?
Indeed. And that broad impact, it extends even to specific challenges, like it can help modulate mood alterations associated with PMS, premenstrual syndrome.
Ah, okay. That's relevant for many.
Very much so. And beyond mood, it's very useful for addressing sleep problems, general insomnia, other disturbances in sleep patterns, even conditions like obstructive sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea, too.
Yeah.
Cool.
And there are other potential kind of intriguing uses. It's been observed to be helpful in efforts to stop smoking,
Really?
potentially by impacting mood and cravings, though more research is needed there. And quite profoundly, low tryptophan levels have actually been noted in cases of suicide,
Wow.
which suggests it could potentially be a preventative tool or maybe an aid in such serious situations. It really highlights its deep connection to mental health.
Okay, given all these vital roles, now that we know why it's so important, how do we make sure we're actually getting enough? And, how can we optimize its impact, make it really work for us?
Right. Well, first and foremost is through your diet. Dietary sources,
Food.
always the foundation. Several foods are naturally rich in tryptophan. These include things like soy, though we often recommend its fermented forms like miso and tamari may be used as condiments for better absorption.
Okay.
Meat is another excellent source. Anchovies, believe it or not. Strong cheeses like Parmesan,
Parmesan.
almonds, sesame seeds. These are all good sources. Now, there's a common misconception you might hear that brown rice is rich in tryptophan. It's actually one of the foods relatively deficient in it. So that's a good myth to bust.
Good to know. I think I've heard that one about brown rice. Okay, so beyond just what we eat, is there a clever way to eat it? Like a metabolic strategy to maximize the effect?
Absolutely. And this is where a really fascinating metabolic strategy comes into play. It's kind of an insider tip for your biochemistry.
Ooh, okay. Tell me more.
So, insulin. Your body produces it when you eat carbohydrates, right?
Right.
Insulin helps your cells absorb amino acids. But here's the trick. Insulin has a stronger effect on a group called branched-chain amino acids. Think of them as the VIPs for muscle building, like valine, leucine, isoleucine.
Okay, the muscle builders.
Exactly. But it has a milder effect on tryptophan. So if you eat your tryptophan-rich foods during the day...
Your meat, cheese, almonds, etc.
Right. And then you have a carbohydrate-rich dinner. And I want to emphasize complex carbs here. primarily from vegetables.
Not pasta and bread.
Ideally not simple stuff like flours, cereals, sugar, sodas, or juices. Think more like a pureed vegetable soup, a creamy veggie dish, a big salad, sautéed or steamed vegetables.
Got it. Veggie-heavy carbs.
Yeah. When you do that, you actually favor the uptake of those other amino acids, the branched chain ones, into your cells.
Because insulin grabs them more strongly.
Precisely. This effectively leaves more tryptophan circulating in your bloodstream, which allows it to better cross the blood-brain barrier, get into the brain, and produce more serotonin and melatonin, which, as we know, can significantly help you sleep better later that evening.
That is a clever trick. It completely rethinks the whole sleepy time meal, doesn't it? I always thought maybe high protein before bed.
It's a bit counterintuitive, but it makes sense metabolically.
Okay, very cool. So beyond careful dietary planning, there's also the option of nutritional supplements, right?
Yes, for more targeted support, supplementation is an option. You generally have two main choices.
Which are?
You can take L-tryptophan itself. Typical dosages might range from, say, 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day.
Okay.
Or you can opt for 5-HTP. That's usually taken at lower doses, maybe 100 to 300 milligrams per day.
And why choose one over the other? Is 5-HTP better?
Well, the advantage of 5-HTP can be significant. Remember that intermediate compound we talked about?
Yeah, the one made in the gut.
Exactly. 5-HTP is that direct intermediate. So this means it's generally absorbed more easily in the intestine. It crosses the blood-brain barrier more effectively.
It gets into the brain better.
Right. And consequently, it optimizes serotonin and melatonin formation more directly and potentially more efficiently. Some studies suggest blood levels of these compounds can increase in just a few weeks with 5-HTP supplementation.
Okay, so it sounds like 5-HTP is maybe a more direct route, a potential fast track to the desired outcome.
It can be, yes.
But it's not just about tryptophan or 5-HTP itself, is it? You mentioned other nutrients often play a supporting role, like co-pilots.
Exactly. Cofactors are crucial. To really optimize tryptophan's benefits, several associated supplements are worth considering.
Such as?
Vitamin B3, niacin. It helps prevent a significant chunk, maybe up to 30% of tryptophan from getting converted into something else, another amino acid called nicotinamide. So it keeps tryptophan on the right path, so to speak, for serotonin and melatonin.
Okay, preserves the tryptophan.
Right. Then you have vitamin B6 and magnesium. These are absolutely crucial. They directly act as cofactors, meaning they actively participate in, they facilitate the synthesis of serotonin.
They help the reaction happen.
Exactly. And finally, a really important point. If you're supplementing with individual B vitamins like B3 or B6, it's generally a very good idea to take a full B vitamin complex alongside them.
Why is that?
To avoid creating imbalances among the B vitamins themselves. They all work together in many pathways. Taking high doses of one can sometimes deplete others, so a complex helps ensure your body has everything it needs to function harmoniously.
Makes sense. Keep the whole team happy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, of course, whenever we talk about introducing any supplement into our routine, safety is absolutely paramount. Let's talk about what you need to know to use tryptophan responsibly. Avoid any potential pitfalls.
Right. Well, tryptophan as a nutritional supplement actually has a very long history of safety, generally speaking.
But there was an issue back in the day, wasn't there?
There was a significant incident back in 1990. It had to be briefly withdrawn from the market in some places.
Why? What happened?
It was due to numerous cases of something called eosinophilia myalgia syndrome, or EMS.
EMS. Sounds serious.
It was very serious, a severe syndrome causing a range of debilitating symptoms. Intense joint pain, muscle pain, nerve pain, digestive issues, skin rashes, hair loss. And tragically, there were even some deaths associated with it.
Oh, wow. That's scary.
It is. But what's really crucial to understand here is that the cause wasn't definitively linked to tryptophan itself.
Oh.
It was observed that essentially all the cases were associated with product from a single Japanese commercial company.
Ah, single source.
Yes, which led to a very strong suspicion of product contamination during the manufacturing process, rather than an inherent danger in pure tryptophan.
That's a critical distinction, isn't it? And a powerful lesson, I guess, in why source and quality really, really matter when it comes to any supplement.
Absolutely. Quality control is paramount.
So knowing that history, but also its general safety. Who should probably steer clear of tryptophan supplements just to be safe?
Right. It's generally advised that pregnant or breastfeeding women avoid it. mainly as a precaution.
Okay.
Also, individuals with any history of EMS, obviously, and people with significant liver and/or kidney impairment should also generally avoid it or use it only under strict medical supervision.
Got it. What about side effects? Anything common people might notice?
Yeah, there can be some common, usually mild side effects. Some people might experience digestive issues, things like nausea, maybe some gas, belching, general gastric discomfort, or even diarrhea.
Okay, tummy troubles.
Mostly, yeah. Other less common symptoms could include dizziness, maybe blurred vision, headache, or dry mouth. If any of these things occur, the standard advice is always to stop using it and consult with your healthcare provider for guidance, or maybe explore alternatives.
Right. Now, this raises an especially important question, I think. Interactions. While it's generally safe, how does it play with other medications or supplements? That seems critical.
Absolutely critical. This is where you need to be really careful. For example, you should definitely avoid using tryptophan if you are already taking sedative medications.
Like what? Benzodiazepines?
Yes, things like benzodiazepines or other prescription sedatives. Tryptophan will likely increase their sedative effect significantly,
Making you overly drowsy.
potentially leading to excessive drowsiness, impaired function, coordination issues. It just compounds the effect.
Quick, that makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
given its role in melatonin production. It's amplifying anything trying to calm the system down.
Exactly. And perhaps even more critically, avoid tryptophan if you're taking medications that already elevate serotonin levels.
Like certain antidepressants.
Yes. Many common antidepressants, SSRIs, SNRIs, and also certain opioid analgesics can increase serotonin. Combining them with tryptophan is a bad idea.
Why? What happens?
It can lead to dangerously high serotonin levels, a serious, potentially life-threatening condition called serotonin syndrome.
Serotonin syndrome.
Yeah, this can present with symptoms like chills, anxiety, agitation, rapid heartbeat, sweating, confusion. It can be very serious and requires immediate medical attention.
Wow. Okay, so definitely avoid on those meds. What about other supplements?
Same logic applies. Avoid combining tryptophan with other supplements that also have a sedative effect, things like kava, California poppy, hops. Again, you risk compounding the sedation.
Makes sense.
And similarly, avoid combining it with supplements known to increase serotonin levels, most notably St. John's wort or hypericum.
Ah, St. John's wort.
Right.
Yeah, combining that with tryptophan also carries that clear risk of serotonin syndrome. The bottom line is always, always consult your healthcare provider before adding tryptophan if you're taking any medications or other supplements, just to be safe.
That seems like really crucial advice. Check first. Okay, so what does this all mean for you, our listener, as you go about your day? Tryptophan. This essential amino acid you get from your diet, it plays this silent but really profound role in our daily lives, doesn't it? It really does. Influencing everything from that constant cellular renewal and repair we talked about,
Yeah.
right through to our emotional balance and the quality, the patterns of our sleep. It's truly a cornerstone of our overall health and well-being.
Yeah.
And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, just remembering that our bodies can't produce this vital nutrient, well, it really underscores the importance of mindful dietary choices.
Right.
And for some people, maybe thoughtful, informed supplementation. But as we've really hammered home, understanding the how and the when, especially regarding its metabolism, that carb trick, and those critical interactions, it's just as crucial as simply knowing what it is.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Our mission today was really to provide you with a comprehensive but hopefully accessible deep dive into tryptophan,
Yeah.
giving you those aha moments, those practical takeaways, without, hopefully too much information overload.
Mm-hmm.
You should now have a pretty solid, actionable foundation, I hope, for understanding this really fascinating compound and its role in your body. So as you reflect on all this, maybe consider this. How might a deeper awareness of essential nutrients like tryptophan empower you to fine-tune your own well-being, both physically and mentally, and potentially unlock maybe a more balanced you?